Porinetia Nalume pao pe moi kapiteni kuki moe Vikia e anga oe Porinetia Matamari mari pe a moe anga ofa pe Tate fito ki e hula Porinetia.
Hey everyone, it's Moe now from Porinetia TV, the place to learn, to connect, to feel and become Polynesia. Today I'm super excited because I do have a special guest with me. I am right now in the city of Fa'a'a, and so I would like to introduce you, Steve Shayu.
Yorana.
Yorana, Steve, thank you so much for accepting our invitation for
Thank you for
our show.
inviting me.
Thank you. All right, so Steve, tell us about your background.
All right, so if I have to tell you a little bit about my background, so maybe first of all, I'm Steve Shayu, and I was born and raised here in Tahiti, and especially in this town of Fa'a. That's why we're here. And then about my academic background is I'm an anthropologist and sociologist. So I studied in France for many years to become, anthropologist. And about the culture, I'm also a specialist of the Tahitian language and culture. And for that, I was teaching Tahitian language for almost 10 years at the University of Hawaii in Honolulu. So that's my background.
Wow, that's a big background. Wow, it's a pleasure for me to be with you, Steve, and I can't wait to ask you a lot of questions. A lot of people from outside of Tahiti are interested to learn the Reo Teiti. So what do you think about that?
I think it's great. I think it's great when people always want to learn a new language, in general. Especially for the Tahitian language, I think it's very, very important, especially in the cultural world, right? We know that, for example, the Ori Teiti is something that's becoming huge in the world, that people are getting interested by learning Tahitian language. But of course, we cannot just dance and have like motion and stuff like that if we don't understand the language, and especially in the Tahitian, or I would say Polynesian culture, where the language itself is like the pillar of the culture, is the pillar where we can like learn not only to communicate in Tahitian but also the values of the Tahitian culture. That's why learning Tahitian, especially in the cultural world, is very crucial, and that's something that we need to push forward.
Perfect. So in US, I'll just take US as an example. There are a lot of Polynesian dance groups, and they come here to Tahiti to perform, to compete, to do a bunch of things, and also to learn. And all the masters of Ori Teiti, when they travel to US, they realized that there was a problem. Not only US, all the other countries as well. But they realized that there was a problem with the fact that they don't know the language, and when they don't know the language, it's hard to create a performance, like to create a choreography for an aparima, for example. So what would you suggest them to do? Because it looks like you just said, the Reo Teiti is the base of everything. And so what would you suggest them to do?
I would even say that the Reo Teiti is the soul of what we're doing, not only in dancing, but it's the soul of this country, of this culture. I think first of all, people need to realize that the Ori Teiti is not just a physical performance. It's not just a workout, basically, right? We always dance on something meaningful, and that meaning comes from the language. So if we want people of the US or all over the world to realize that when we dance, we always dance on a meaning, on something like that, they need to learn the language, of course. They need to learn at least the basics of the language, and learn that we don't dance only because it's a workout, it's a good workout, but we dance because we want to celebrate something. And that thing that we want to celebrate is the culture, the values that we have in the language.
Right. Okay, so now, is it important for them to understand and speak, or just understand only?
Of course, as a Tahitian, as a an expert of the Tahitian language, I would say that the best of all will be like understanding and speaking the language. Because when we say speaking the language, that means also being able to perform orero, right? The orero is getting like a huge place in the Oritaiti word. And being able to speak the language is also important. But of course, if they start to at least understand the language, understand the lyrics, understand why we do this, why we do that, that's a great beginning. Because I'll tell you just one example. I remember, like, I think it was in 2013 when we did the Heiwai Honolulu back then. I was one of the judges, and I remember having in front of me sheets of like the lyrics of the song plus the translation into English, and it was so funny because the song was about the flower, the Tiare Apetahi flower, something like that, but the translation was about a shark.
Oh my!
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's something not right, because they were performing on the stage something about the shark. And of course, as a judge, I was like, no way, it's a big no-no. So at least understand what you're doing on stage, at least understand where your emotion comes from. It's from the language, and the language is from the culture and values that we have.
Okay, well, yeah, that's interesting. And actually, these kind of problems still happen until this day. So yeah, definitely the Reo Teiti needs to be learned, right? Now, my question will be, some Polynesian dance groups outside of Tahiti, they come and work with some Tahitians for their performance and choreography and so on. What will be your advice for them regarding the fact that it's better to work with locals, or it's better to learn the language on their own?
All right. I think above all, I think it's very important to always stay connected to the whenua. Not only the people, but beyond the people, beyond, you know, your friends or families that you have here in Tahiti, it's always important to be connected with the whenua, because we are in a culture where we believe in the mana, this concept of mana that we can't really explain with, you know, modern words. It's something that we need to feel first of all, and that feeling, we need the whenua for that, right? But practically, do we need to come back here to learn the language, or do we need, or if we can learn by our own? I think it's always better to have like someone to be connected with, because of course, for example, if you learn Tahitian with me, you're not just going to learn the Tahitian language for itself, right? But through the Tahitian language, we'll try to teach or give you like values, like I said, something like I said earlier, right? Values about, you know, something, meaning, deep meaning about what's the meaning of the ocean, what's the meaning of the land, what's the meaning of the colors that we use many times in the Heiwa, for example. So be connected with the land and be connected with the people. That's very important. And also, if you try to learn the Tahitian by your own, I think it will be really challenging, because we don't have like textbooks written in Tahitian English, for example.
Yes, we don't.
Exactly. We have like a huge language barrier here. So we need to find like people who can speak Tahitian, of course, and also English in order to pass down these values that we have in the language.
Okay, so another problem too that we found outside of Tahiti is the fact that Polynesian dance groups approach people here who, like anybody, they are Tahitian and they think that everybody can speak the language. Everybody can speak the Reo Teiti.
Right, I understand.
So what do you think about that? Because actually not everybody knows how to speak the Reo Teiti.
Exactly. That's I'm a little bit worried about, you know, this thing, to be honest, because I heard many times, like, you know, people in the US, for example, like desperately looking for someone to to learn from. So they come over here and they find, you know, anybody everywhere, and then, hey, can you teach us something, and then they ended up like not having something quality, right? So that's why build your network, be connected with the right person. If you're in the right network, you'll be connected with the right person. Be careful, because of course we have also people here who don't speak the language or who know nothing, but they will just pretend they know everything, right? So
Yeah.
we need to be very careful about that, and then be with the right people, and try at least to be with the right people.
All right, that's a good advice, everyone. Another problem that we are having outside of Tahiti, we don't have all the resources since there is a big demand on learning the Reo Teiti, and so for the Ori Teiti we have no problem, but the Reo Teiti is a big problem. Like you just mentioned right now, we don't really have like a book where we can learn, or there's a translation between Tahitian and English. So is there anything that we can find at this time?
Like if you, like I say,
Can we
if
suggest them
you
something?
try to find by your way, by your own, try to learn by your own, it will be really challenging, right?
Yes.
So try to find someone that can help you teaching the language or something like that. That's my only advice.
Okay.
Since we don't even have like textbooks in French, Tahitian and French to teach the language, that doesn't exist here in Tahiti. So in English, of course, we don't have that. So we need people.
Yes.
We need people.
Okay, and so how about you? Since you taught many years the Reo Teiti in Hawaii, what was your experience with those students?
Amazing. It was amazing because it was actually really easy to teach Tahitian to American students. When I say American students, Hawaiian students, Japanese background students, you know, all these kind of students, it was really easy to teach Tahitian to them. Why? Because the difference between when you have to teach Tahitian to foreigners and versus when you have to teach to locals, foreigners, they don't have this, you know, what we call here like being ashamed of speaking Tahitian. They're not embarrassed to speak Tahitian. They hear, they sit down, learn the language and practice, right? That's not the case, always the case when you teach the language of the indigenous people of this country, so Tahitian people, because they're so embarrassed, and they, you know, it's a very complex situation. Teaching Tahitian to Americans, very easy. You learn how to make a sentence, they learn how to make it, they learn the vocabulary, and that's it, and then they move on. They move on. And also something that we need to realize, according to linguistics, Polynesian languages such as Tahitian, they're not difficult language to learn. They're not at all. Not like French, not like Mandarin, not like Spanish or whatever. Polynesian languages are quite easy to learn.
Well, that's good to know that, everyone. Steve, what do you admire in those people who are actually learning the Reo Teiti right now, and it's a language that is not theirs?
I think it's a great thing because they're trying to pay the price. Not money, I'm not talking about money, but pay the price to immerse themselves into the culture through the language. It's one thing to learn how to dance, how to perform. That's a physical thing, right? It's already hard, right? But it's another thing to immerse yourself into, like, I'm gonna learn the language, and through the language I'm gonna learn the culture through the language and through the words. That costs something. I'm not talking once again about money, but that costs like your own investment into that time, efforts, and that's huge, huge and huge. And the thing that makes me sad is we have a lot of people, not only in the US or in the world, even here in Tahiti, they don't even want to pay that price to immerse themselves into the culture. They think that, oh, it's all fine if I just dance very good, if I perform, right? If I perform, if I do like a very good whārapu, for example, and the things like that's the most important things. I would say that's the easiest thing to learn. That's the easiest thing to learn, to perform like a good whārapu, compared to sit down for months, and probably sometimes for years, trying to learn a language, a different language. That's something huge, and I would like to encourage that and push people to go that way. It's not an easy way, that's not the easiest path, but that's, I think, the right path.
And that was actually my next question, but you already answered. But like, what will be your words of encouragement to all those people who are so passionate and who want to invest themselves into the learning of the Reo Teiti?
First of all, I would like to thank them for being like passionate about, you know, our culture. it's always like, wow, that's so huge that we have actually people around the world being like in love with our culture. So first of all, thank you for your love for our culture. But on the same time, I would like to encourage them to be in love with our culture for the right reason. Not only because it's beautiful when you perform on stage. Being beautiful on stage, that's not important. That's not important for me at all. When I'm judging, for example, in a competition, being handsome or being beautiful or being sexy on stage, I just don't care, right? So thank you for them, and be in love with our culture for the right reason. And you can only be in love in our culture for the right reason if you take time to sit down and learn the culture, learn the language. That's the only way.
Wow, that's so much wisdom. I just love it. All right, so Steve, you're super famous in the US because of social media and all the work you did on YouTube with all your Rio Teti YouTube series. And so my question will be, would you be willing to come in the US and give us some workshops for quite some time? I don't know when, but I'm just throwing this out there.
Absolutely. I'm just waiting for the invitation.
I'm inviting you.
Yeah, of course I'm available. If people needs me to to learn something, I'm always available to help. Thank
you so much, Steve, because that's definitely what we're looking for. And thank you so much for all your wisdom and all your advices and words of encouragement. So everyone, I hope you heard everything. Steve gave us a lot of advices, and so if you guys like what you saw today, please give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Polynesia TV. And if you want to get any notifications, please hit the light bell below. So send us your questions. If you want to ask Steve some questions or send him a comment, feel free to do that. And so for now, I'll say nana to everyone, and thank you so much again, Steve. Yorana.
Maruru mait et faredet a yorana parhayana.
Maruru, Steve.
Maruru.